Well, what's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video, and in today's video, we are going to be doing the showcase for one of the newest Boss Syndrome fighters, and the edgiest edgelord in the entire game, the coolest edgy boy that you could possibly want right now. Yeah, that's right, you guys. It is going to be Boss Syndrome Bob, or Boss Syndrome Nameless if you just want to go with his given name. But either way, you guys, in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at this character. I'm going to be running him through his paces in different things throughout PVE. I'm going to be giving you guys some first impressions and some first thoughts on this character now that I've had a chance to play around with him for the past 24 hours. Now, if you guys are watching this video, then chances are you are coming directly from my summoning session for the latest Boss Syndrome banner, which if you are, well, congratulations, you made it through 35 minutes of not only me summoning and getting shafted for the majority of it up until like the last half, but you also sat through 35 minutes of my voice just to have to sit through another 15 or 20, so congratulations. Your life sucks today. But before we get into all of that and more, make sure if you haven't already done so, you smash that like button and subscribe. And without further ado, let's cue the intro, shall we? Alright, you guys, so as always, I like to do these showcase videos early on in the release of the characters because I like to give you guys just some knee-jerk reactions and some initial thoughts on the characters, because I know a lot of people out there, for better or for worse, like to kind of model how they pull based on what we as YouTubers think about these characters. So I'm going to go ahead and try to give you guys my succinct and at least somewhat informed opinion on this character after 24 hours of grinding through a lot of this content and using him. You guys are going to see a lot of different footage today. I'm going to be giving you guys some footage from Time Attack for the newest Boss Syndrome Time Attack using this character. I'm going to give you guild raid footage as always. You're going to see some PVE footage and things such as PVAI. I'm even going to show you guys a little bit of Epic Quest and so much more. So we're going to go through and we're going to show you guys a lot of footage today. I'm not going to talk over all of it mercifully for the rest of you, but I am going to go ahead and talk over this introduction and kind of give you guys some initial thoughts. I'm going to show you the build, show you what I'm working with, and then we'll go ahead and get to the footage and you guys can enjoy that. Now, as always, timestamps will be active in the description, so if you guys want to skip to whatever your favorite part or the most interesting part to you is going to be, you can do so. And yes, you guys, you can rock out to the newest remix for Nameless's theme, because I know all of you out there are going to enjoy that as well. So we have a lot to go over today, so let's go ahead and just jump into it. Now, when it comes to Bob here, this character, after 24 hours of playing around with him, is so good. This character's awesome. So when it comes to this character overall, the big thing about him is going to be utility, utility, utility. I cannot stress that enough. And I hope that when you guys see this footage, you'll be able to kind of tell what I'm talking about firsthand. But really with this character, the big thing that impresses me is there's a couple things, right? So first up here, whoever at Netmarble thought it was a good idea to be able to just tap a skill and fear the entire board, they were high on something, and I want to know what it is. So, because basically, and I'm not even just talking about in Championship where this is obviously cancerous. When you guys see the PVAI footage of this character, pay attention to how I use the S1, because in League right now, where you can use him and you have to KO the entire team, I'm just taking him in against A5 versions of all the best characters in the meta. He's just going in, tap A1, you don't even have to connect with it. You just tap the S1, the character gets feared, and then you just kill it. It's stupid. You're just sweeping teams with Nameless. It's dumb. And then on top of that, when you go into some of these waves, like in Time Attack, again, same difference, but it's even worse because there's an entire wave that you can just fear by tapping a button. Again, you don't even have to connect. You don't have to hit anybody. You just hit this and all of a sudden everybody's under fear. It's just stupid. So yeah, this character for mobbing in general is dumb. For PVAI, dumb. When it comes to his performance and things like Guild Raid, also dumb. And we don't even have Omega Rugal around right now, which is probably going to end up being where he's the most valuable to begin with as far as Guild Raid is concerned, and he's still dumb. So this character in general is just dumb. That's all I can say about him at this point. It's just stupid. Now, There's a couple of things to know about him. Now, basically, one of the big things that I find most impressive about this character is his survivability. That is something that I was very, very high on whenever I came to early on looking at this kit. I was very excited about the possibility of getting this character for something like Dimospace, and in general, I think that he is going to be an absolute monster there. You know, when it comes to his overall abilities, when you take a look at his cores and so on and so forth, you know, this is a character that does have a little bit of HP healing himself, and yes, HP healing in Dimospace is nerfed in a big way, but this is very beneficial for him. It's very, very helpful. And then when you take a look at his finishers, you know, when you see this right here, recovering that HP by 8% when you use this, that's another big, nice perk here for Dimospace. So this is a character that has so much utility, you guys. Is he going to be the highest damage dealer in the game? Well, no. However, I am happy to tell you guys, and you'll be able to tell from some of this footage, that this character's damage output, while he isn't going to be, you know, god tier damage, like he isn't going to be in the top 2 or 3 damage dealers in the game, at least not from what I can tell, although I don't have mine fully built the way I would like, so he could potentially end up making a run for it. I don't know, and I'm not going to try and profess that I do yet. Again, it's only been 24 hours, and I always lack unpairing kits because this game hates me and doesn't give them to me, so I don't have those right now to be able to kind of give you the best possible build as far as things like the stones are concerned. In fact, I guess we can talk about the build here. So when it comes to my stones, I don't even have a moonstone on here because I don't have one that works. But otherwise, I just have this crappy little HP darkness stone here, and then I'm just rocking the attack stones for the BS Volume 5. So that's pretty much what I've got going on here. That's going to be kind of what you're seeing in this footage as far as the stones go. So I don't even have the proper stones. I don't even have anywhere close to the proper stones right now, and this character is just impressive. So another thing when it comes to cards, there's a lot of card options I've been trying. Now, I'm still in the testing phase, you guys. You're not going to see a spotlight on this character till next week. You know, maybe even at this time next week, because I like to spend my time on these characters and really thoroughly test things and really feel like I've got a good, firm grasp of what I'm looking at. But when it comes to the cards that you're going to see used in this video today, I do use this set quite often, particularly in things such as Guild Raid. However, in this video, you're actually not going to see this set used. Instead, you're going to be seeing me use the Idol set. So this is the set that I used the majority of the time the past 24 hours, just to kind of test things and get a good feel for it. And basically with this set is very, very strong. In general, I feel like this Nameless is very similar to Leona in a lot of ways. A lot of people are calling him the Leona killer because he basically feels like he's going to be a big replacement for her in a lot of ways. But then again, I don't look at the game like that. I think that it doesn't really, they both exist and they're both amazing, so it is what it is. But I'm not going to get into that discussion. So when it comes to the cards, you're going to see me using the Idol set for the majority of this footage. I don't think there's really anything that I used this Akari set in. However, the Akari set I might end up moving over to. I've been testing it, and it has been doing really, really well. It's still inconclusive right now for me, so again, I've only had a chance to test, you know, a few little things here and there. So now, one other thing to point out here, when we get to the time attack footage, you guys, in time attack, I was using this set here. So obviously this is a set that's very, very popular for time attack. I'm sure this is one that you guys are well aware of. So this is what you're going to see me use in the time attack portion of this video. So option card wise, I use the same options throughout the whole thing. I really have not gone away from either of these option cards yet. So that is something to point out as well. I will probably end up moving those around and testing other things here today at some point. But if you guys are curious, that is pretty much what we have going on in this video. So for the builds that you're going to see today reflected in the footage, again, just to reiterate, because people always want to know this stuff, I used the Idol set for all the footage outside of time attack, and then in time attack, of course, I used this set right here. So that is what you're going to see as far as set cards in today's video. Option cards were these the entire way through, so not anything else too crazy there. But in general, you guys, I am so happy with this character's performance. I cannot stress it enough how versatile this character is. Like, in general, this is going to be one of those characters that is going to be useful throughout pretty much anything you want. Now, another really nice thing about this character, for those of you out there who are wondering, One big thing to point out about him is the fact that if you take a look here, you can go ahead and use the old 3PG finisher, which is, of course, if you guys are unaware, a very nice long finisher. So if you wanted to, if you don't have his new finisher, you can go ahead and use that one. Now, that is something that is going to be up to you, but when it comes to Nameless, the original Nameless, the biggest claim to fame that he had was the fact that he was such a good clock stopper. He could control time so well in things such as Immortals, and really this new version, he can pretty much do the same thing. One of the nice things about this character is you can go in and you can chain your finishers so quickly, because he is going to have some of the cores that he has, like the ability, if he is landing, as you guys can see here, he's going to be able to decrease his active skill cooldowns by 0.5 seconds when attacking a burn target. So basically, you are going to be able to go in and spam skills constantly and spam finishers constantly. So for Immortals and things like that, he's incredible. When it comes to his damage output and guild rate, his shield shred is stupid good. So that's another big thing to keep in mind. You know, this character doesn't even need the proper dot to one key these modes right now. So that's another thing. Like, he's one of those characters. He's going to be just absolutely amazing for everything. And as far as utility is concerned, I have a hard time believing that you could do a lot better than this guy, because utility-wise, is he going to be outputting the most damage in the game? Like I said, no. But is he going to have some of the best utility in the game? Oh yeah, he is going to be able to do pretty much anything you want him to do. So one last thing I'm going to go ahead and point out to you guys real quick, just because I know a lot of people are going to wonder about it. This is my fame, so as you guys can see, this is what we got going on there. Green one is the one you want to pay attention to for the purposes of today's video. But with all that being said, you guys, that is how I feel about this character after 24 hours of playing around with him. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get into the footage. I'm going to allow you guys to enjoy that uninterrupted. I'm not going to be bothering you guys and talking over it. So you guys are going to be able to rock out to the new Nameless theme, as well as being able to watch this footage. Again, timestamps in the description if you want to go ahead and skip around to your favorite part. But in general, you guys, this is just going to be my first impressions and kind of testing and learning the character. So you guys will see here from this footage that, yeah, even with me not having necessarily any experience with him yet and just having a little bit of time to mess around with him, he is going to be something that by the time I get him down, yeah, he's going to be pretty incredible. So I definitely recommend him to all of you guys out there who are on the fence, but it's up to you at the end of the day. I don't want to tell you how to spend your rubies or your money. It's going to be up to you on what you want to do. I'm just going to let you watch the footage and figure it out for yourselves. But until the next time, you guys, enjoy the footage. I hope you all find it informative. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.
continue.